Hey guys, this is Dolan Hornbeck, owner and trainer of Talos Fitness. I'm going to be doing a 4-part series on a squat. The reason why I'm doing this is because today I'm finding more and more people are just struggling, able to perform a simple air squat. And you know, believe it or not, some things are just getting overlooked, whether you're getting trained or trying to do it on your own. So what we're going to look at today is basically we're going to cover what a virtue of a squat is. So a good trainer can look at you and see everything externally that you might be doing wrong and be able to assess that. But an excellent trainer is going to be one who can actually externally see what you're doing wrong, but also internally actually advise you as you go through the squat as well. So for example, you know, I can assess the out of a squat, but I'm actually like you know, if your knees go out, like, you know, basically, or I mean, if your knees go in, that could just be like quad weakness and you know, either tightness in your adductors, not enough strength in your glute medius. If your heels come off the ground, could be hamstring tightness, you know, maybe a little bit of ankle mobility there. You know, there's just certain things that we can just really assess and do. But what I really want to actually touch on in this is basically what is happening internally. What are we doing on the inside actually going through the squat? And believe it or not, guys, I can actually do a squat really well and with good form where my ear tracks straight up and down without me actually bending too far forward. My heels stay on the ground, my knees track over my toes. I could do all that very well and still not have virtue in my squat. And so we could even say that, make a parallel and draw the same thing with real life. You know, a guy could be doing everything right, but is he really righteous and virtuous on the inside? What can we evaluate what he does behind closed doors or within, you know, in his mind or whatever? So that is much harder to assess. So I digress and say, hey guys, like here's what I come back to. The virtue of a squat is necessary. And the first time I came upon this was actually on a certification I got a couple years back. And this guy who could squat 500 pounds, I would watch him simply perform one air squat, a couple air squats, and he was sweating profusely. And I walk up to him and I'm saying, I said, dude, like, why are you sweating so much? Like, you can squat 500 pounds and you're just doing an air squat. And he said, well, just wait and find out. We're going to teach you what a virtue of a squat is. And basically what I mean by this virtue is, in reality, you flex every muscle that pertains to doing the movement. So you flex your quads, you engage your glutes, and you hold in your stomach. And again, I can still do this externally. Again, if I'm a trainer and I'm looking at a person, at a client, they can be doing this with really great form and still not be flexing their muscles pertaining to a squat. So the reason why we do this is because even though you might have excellent form, your knees might go bad. You might end up having back problems. So we teach virtue by you flexing through the movement. You flex your quads to protect your knees. You torque your knees out to engage your glutes. And to be honest with you, most people, when we say torque out with the knees, push your knees out, they really don't have an idea of what I'm talking about. So what I'm really like, the illustration I always give is, we come over here to this hip abduction machine, and literally I'll have a person hop in on this machine, push their knees out and apart, and so now we're engaging our glute medius and our other abducting muscles. And so, guys, that's what we're talking about when we torque our knees out. And then, of course, we say, hey, keep holding your stomach so that way it preserves and keeps the back and chest upright. So we try to maintain that good form throughout the whole squat. So guys, that's what virtue of a squat is. We're going to keep going, moving forward, and we're going to talk about how this was going to help us with other squat forms like the front squat, back squat, etc. Thanks.